y'all, welcome back to my channel Morena in Japan. Today I'm going to be talking about a very serious topic, which is rape culture in Japan. Obviously this is a very sensitive topic, so if this is something that you don't feel like you are comfortable to listen to, then please do not force yourself to watch this video. Obviously, if you have been a victim or survivor of sexual assault, I hope that you get the support that you need from yourself and from your community. And I hope that this video can offer some insights into how rape culture is perpetuated into Japanese society. I'm just going to be talking about my own personal experiences, just talking into the camera. Like, I don't have a script, I don't have anything. Like, I'm just going to be going off of what I can think in my mind of what has happened to me now as a 24-year-old adult who has lived here for the past couple of years. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. I made a video on this topic a couple years ago about the times I've been like harassed, and I've made like multiple like TikToks and things of like video evidence of people like berating me and like harassing me, and then even like the time where I was spit on, if you guys remember that, like that was a whole thing. But there have also been instances that I haven't really discussed openly about that I really want to talk about, just because I feel like it's real, it's what happens, and it's something that isn't spoken about enough. So I want to start back when I was 18 years old. I moved to Japan when I was 18 years old. And mind you, in the US, I had been sexually assaulted a couple months prior to moving to Japan. It was my very first sexual assault. I was a literal teenager, and I thought I could move to a country and have a fresh start. And that just simply wasn't the case. Because a year later I was drugged with acid or LSD, and then sexually assaulted by a famed, I wouldn't say famed, maybe a popular rapper in the Kansai area. And that happened in 2018, and it was very, I would say, traumatizing for me. Just to be in that situation, feeling so powerless, feeling so overwhelmed, because at the time I was on antipsychotic drugs, and obviously when you mix antipsychotic drugs with LSD, it's fucked. Like, it is just a fucked situation. It sent me back so much. And to be drugged with LSD while being sexually assaulted really truly fucks with your mind. And I felt like I couldn't go to the police because I had been drugged, and they are going to assume that because I'm a foreigner, my position as like a black person, my position as being a so-called black woman, as you know, I'm gender fluid, but in this world, I navigate society as a black woman. So people think automatically I am this person that's on drugs, so I thought that I would be deported if I were to report this situation. So it was very traumatizing for me. I continued to see him out. Whenever I went out with my friends, I would see him out like at bars and stuff, and he would like look at me and smile, and I wouldn't really know what to do. And eventually I stopped seeing him so much, but just recently I saw he got an advertisement in a Red Bull Japan commercial, showcasing his so-called talents. And it just made me sick to my stomach to think that someone like this could still get brand deals and still get so much attention and love from people who have no idea what he's truly capable of. And no, I don't feel comfortable naming this person, because when has naming your abuser ever really helped a situation? Like, obviously, if I see someone that I know like messing around with this person, I'll tell them straight up like, hey, this person literally raped me. But other than that, I'm not going to use my public platform to call out this person, because I feel like I am going to be the one that would get the most backlash out of everything. So that was just one situation that I had to deal with as a young person. I was probably like 19 years old when this happened to me. But even previous to that, like prior to that, I would go out drinking, because obviously like when you're a teenager, like you're gonna drink. Like, to pretend that teenagers don't drink is just dumb. Like, I know a lot of you have been drinking since you're like 15 or something, so like it doesn't really matter. But like for me, like I was drinking when I was 18. I'd go out, and one time I was in like downtown area, and my friends went home, and I was sitting at the river just drinking, kind of getting ready to go home. I was gonna walk home, and all of a sudden this fucking like salary man dude just comes up next to me and he's like, oh, like, are you good? And I was like, oh no, like I'm kind of like super drunk. And like he said that like he would get me like a hotel room and it'd be fine. And he guided me into this hotel room. Mind you, this man is like 30 years old. And he said, yeah, we can just sleep. And as I was falling asleep, because obviously I'm very intoxicated, I find him on top of me, inside of me. And yeah, that was a lot for me. And obviously my emotions right now is just like, I feel very, I would say like disconnected to my own emotions. I'm just relaying it like it's like factual evidence. I physically cannot connect to this emotionally unless I'm like inebriated, and like it's just a lot to feel, so I just push it to the side. But I hope that you can get an idea of what it's like to be a young person here, never really feeling safe around men in any space. And there's just been so many instances where men have gotten me so fucking drunk and have tried to touch me and assault me, and it just happens that way. And I'm grateful that I have friends around me that have like helped me along the way, and even like complete strangers who have gotten me out of these situations. But outside of like these direct like instances of violence, like just walking down the street at night, especially in like Osaka, it doesn't really happen in Kyoto so much, but in Osaka, I get followed, I get called, like catcalled, I get stares, I get people taking pictures of me. It is just so dehumanizing and so draining. And I tell men that this happens to me and they think that I'm bragging or something, like this is something to be proud of. Like, oh, you must be really pretty then to have all these men like going after you, when that's not the case. I've gotten like I wouldn't say like ex-boyfriends, but people that I've dated in the past that I've told like that this happens to me, and they say, oh, like you must love all this attention though, right? And it's just so fucking draining. It's so fucking draining to even begin to process any of this. And I made like a TikTok, it's on my TikTok if you want to see. There's like this video, it has like 500,000 views or something, of this guy who stalked me while I was walking back to my hotel, and he was following back to my hotel. He was following me. I didn't want him to follow me into my hotel, so I stopped, and I was like, well, my boyfriend's waiting for me, when really no one was waiting for me there. And he said, oh, well, we can meet him together. And nothing was making him go away until I put the camera in his face and he fucking smacks me on the shoulder, and finally he leaves me alone because I got his face on camera. And that's just, it's just annoying. It's so fucking irritating to be dealing with these types of people. And yeah, it's just like, why do I, like, my position as a non-man, hold, like, why does this happen to me? Why does this happen to people in this fucking country? Like, I already get enough stares walking down the street. I'll be fully clothed in like a sweater and pants like this, and I will get stares because obviously I'm not Japanese. And me being non-Japanese already puts a target on my back for someone who has the skin color. Obviously, I'm seen as hypersexual, even like it's like it's a weird mix of like you're hyper feminine but also hyper masculine at the same time. So people want to try you, like you're not a human being to them. You are a trial. And even on dating apps, like just shitty dating apps like Tinder and stuff, you'll get messages being like, oh, I've never like fucked a black person before. Can I try fucking you and see what it's like? Or sorry, I'm not a black man, but I'm just Japanese. Is that okay? And it's like, why do you think you can talk to people like this? Like, what makes you think that these types of things are okay? And this past Halloween, I was walking with my friends, and obviously, like, I have people taking pictures with me, and these men just stop me and they say, hey, can I take a picture of your nipples? And it's like, what? Like, what in your, why would you say this to me? Why would you think that this is okay? And they get my Instagram and they're like harassing me on Instagram, like demanding to meet me, and it's like, what? Like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? And that's not even the half of it. It's just like your daily life, you know, like navigating your life as a woman or a non-man in society. You will be targeted and harassed by men no matter what you look like, no matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It never matters what you're wearing. It doesn't matter that I have tattoos. It doesn't matter that I wear revealing clothes. It does not matter. None of this matters. It's just a power. It's just like an issue of just power and these men wanting to feel good about themselves and wanting to berate women. And I am so tired of it. And yeah, it's just the reality, like, of just constantly, it's just like, yeah, like I have so many experiences with rape and sexual assault and abuse and harassment, whether it's online or in person. It's just like a semi-daily occurrence with me, and it's so draining, and I hope that it stops, even though it won't. And that's why I have this just like stone-faced demeanor when it comes to like these situations, because it's so draining and I'm so used to it. And I hope that it stops at some point. And I hope that this video, I guess, raises some kind of awareness that just like this happens to people all the fucking time, and it never stops. It never really truly stops. And I can joke about it and be like, haha, but it's not something to joke about. It's not funny. It's really not. And I don't feel safe around men. And I have never felt safe around men. And I hope one day I get to find like a partnership where I feel comfortable and safe with another person. But right now it's just truly not the case. And I'm so tired of it. And I'm so tired of telling my story to men and having them think that it's not a traumatizing experience, or that's it. Like, oh, you got laid. Is that it? Like, oh, so you said no, but he did it anyway? But it doesn't really matter, does it? Like, you tell them that, like, these ways that men have harmed you, and they don't give a fuck. They really do not fucking care. And it's like the most traumatizing thing that's ever happened to you. You pour your fucking heart and soul out into these situations, and they don't give a fuck. So, yeah, that's my experience with Japanese men. And just men in general. It's just how it is, and I'm a bit jaded at this point. I'm so tired, and I hope that the situation changes soon. Thank you guys for listening to me. This is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and something that's been eating at me, and I really hope that this is something that you can like take away from and really just think about for a second. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll try to be uploading more videos soon, so I'll see you soon. Bye.